Welcome. This week we will be looking at trust. Last week we checked on our belief system, and this week we're looking at another important part of that whole system that will help us to become holy askers, which will ultimately help us to walk along with God's plan. That is trust. Do we really trust God to deliver on His words and promises? Or are we giving God a side eye sometime? Oh, not me. I don't think you're willing to help me. So let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Paula Simon, a believer who 25 plus years ago made a decision that changed my life, strengthened my faith, which led to a closer walk with God. On this channel, I encourage women to be more proactive in their lives and embrace changes one step at a time. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber or a visitor, welcome also. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notification button so YouTube will let you know when a new video is uploaded. Also, please share the video if you know someone who could benefit from it. It will be greatly appreciated. This week we're looking at trust. They have some people in your lives, they're capable, they have the talent or the resources, but do you really trust them to deliver on their word? Let me share an experience that I had a few years ago. I was part of an organization, and there was this group of people, mostly women. We were planning an event. Here I was in the group. I only know about one person a little bit and the others just by saying hello and things like that. So I was relatively new to the group. In fact, I was the newest member to the group. And here we are in this room planning this event. And one of the members, she said, okay, she's going to take on this, she's going to do X, Y, and Z, and she's going to bring that. And everyone said, yes, yes, yes. And I'm even thinking, oh, she's so helpful. She's taking on a whole lot. Not much she's leaving for us. The minute she left the room, you hear the side say, remember the last time when she was supposed to bring this, she didn't. Girls don't bet on her. And I'm standing there thinking, what? No one said anything. Everyone agreed with her. Yes, all right, we reach on Monday, we're going to do this. And the minute she left the room, everyone starts saying that, oh, they can't trust her. And that made me start thinking, one, why they still continue friendship with her? Two, why they allowing her to take on assignments which they know she would not carry out. And really and truly, they're not even depending on her. They already start distributing the assignments among themselves the minute she left the room. As I start preparing for this video, that whole incident come back to mind. Do we trust God to deliver on His words and promises? Or are we like those people in the room saying, yes, we read the Bible, yes, He's going to do this, He's going to do that, He's going to heal the sick, He's provider, He's my way maker, He's my caretaker, my protector. And you read all of that. But in your mind, and most naturally in your actions, you do not believe God will keep His word. These feelings will arise from several different areas. We will look at 3 areas that will bring about this distrust in God delivery. Number 1, you might be in the early walk with God. You decided that you're going to trust Him and you give your life to Him. And somewhere along the way you think, because I said prayer of salvation and because I'm going to church, and you might be tithing, you might be involved in the church, you're sowing with your time and your effort and your money, you feel because of that, right away, God should start delivering. And when He do not start delivering the way you think He should deliver, you then will start saying, okay, I don't trust Him. Because He said one thing, He said if I do X, Y, and Z, He will do all these other things. And these other things are not happening. So because of that, you might develop a distrust for God. Guys, we got to remember is that following God is believing in everything that He said. And you have to know, just as a parent or anyone in authority, you know what someone is ready for and what they could handle. So you might be in your early walk with God and you're looking for specific things. It might be, I should have gotten this job, or I should have gotten this home, should have gotten married, or whatever it is, or a family member is sick and they're not healing. and you're just focusing on the big things, but you're not even taking note of the little small ways God is working in your life. You might not get the job, or if you just stop and trust God in it, He might reveal to you why you didn't get the job. Because you might have gotten the job for 2 months, and then the company go out of business, or they fire you, or it's not even for your best interest. So God have something better in store for you, regardless of where we are in our walk. We have to know that our Father is there and He's going to deliver. And you have to trust Him, and you have to trust God blindly. Because as I said, He don't give you all the information. He could play His cards very close to His chest. He just give you one little note, and you got to move with that. And as you move, you reveal a little bit more. So you really and truly have to trust Him. A second way in which could hamper our trust in God is comparing ourselves. Okay, you would look at, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, because this how society, this how we are. This would happen. If we work hard enough, you will get a good job. If you eat right, you will be healthy. We always have a result associated to an action. So in our everyday lives, this is what we do. So most naturally, when we're dealing with God, there's the same attitude we will have, especially in the early stages. So you will be comparing yourself with someone. All right, I'm in church. Wherever you're doing, I'm following God's word. He tell me do this. I'm tithing. I'm blessing other people. Whatever it is. And you feel I'm not going forward. You compare yourself. Why this other person? What? She don't work so hard in the church. Why this happening to she? Or what happened? Why this happening to somebody else? And then we might even start comparing ourselves with people we don't even know. Look, case in point, like this YouTube channel. Someone joined YouTube. I could sit down and start comparing. Okay, Paul, you have so many videos out, and this is only subscribers you have. You look at somebody else only got 25 videos out, and who knows? They got 500 subscribers, or they reach 1,000 subscribers. They start being monetized. All this sort of thing. But because we do not have all the information, and we would never have all the information, because you know for certain, we don't know someone else's heart. We don't know how they think. Even if you hear them speak, you do not know everything. But you know who do? God knows. That person might be growing, and you might compare that I've been on YouTube 3-4 years and they just come 6 months. But you don't know their history. You do not know how long they've been listening to God. You do not know the amount of things that they have done because they were obedient. They might have been obedient, even not even realizing that they're being obedient to God. Something might just feel that, okay, I need to drive through the rain to help someone. They might not want to. They're looking at the weather, but you know what? They got up and they do it. And all the time was God talking to them. So you looking at this results of this YouTube channel, and you thinking it's the 25 videos that they put up? No, it's all the hard work they were doing. Perhaps years they were following God's direction. They were servants. They were servants in the church. They were servants in the workplace. They were servants among their family. They were servants to people who they do not know. They always were willing to help. So when this whole thing now God told them about, you know what? You should talk about, you like sewing. Start a YouTube thing about sewing. Or you like animals. Start a YouTube channel about cats. And you comparing their 25 videos with you 150 videos. No, you might say it's a nature or whatever it is, but as a believer, I honestly believe is that that person was listening to God. They were obedient way before me. You might have been making excuse for the things God told us what to do, but they were being obedient. So now this 25 video that me, you seeing and we comparing to, no, it's all the work that they were doing. So because we do not know someone else's story, and we, Father, do not share regardless how much He loves us. He don't whisper my story with you, and He don't whisper your story with me. He doesn't. He might give me a feelings to say something to you, or He might tell me to reach out and bless you. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's because He tell me, oh, John need this, or Karen need that. No. He just tell me, oh, Paula, do this. And I do it. And in the process, I bless you. So God do not share our business with each other. But he knows our hearts. He knows everything. So when your Father is blessing someone else, or you think he blessing them more than you, you got to say, Father, please help me to stand calm in this process. Father, please remove jealousy or envy or anger out of me, because my brother or sister, I don't know why you're doing it for them. But if this is part of your plan for my channel or my life, it will come into fruition. I don't have to worry about what's happening in anyone else's life, because I know my Father is going to do it for me. Another thing too, you ever stop to think, when we start comparing ourselves with someone else, we actually telling God, oh, you messed up, you know. You don't do right. You were supposed to do this with me. You dropped the ball. You might be sleeping on the job. In fact, you don't know what you're doing. You ever stop to think that? If we are believers and we created in God's image and likeness and all these wonderful things we say, if there's something wrong with me, that means something wrong with God. Then that will bring a trust problem for us. Also, let's look at the third reason why we might not trust God. There might be a guilt in our spirit, because most times we ask God for salvation. It might be when we had lived a life. They might have things that we have done in our past. They might even have things, although we ask God into our heart, we're still dealing with. And then we know, we at the level that we know God knows everything. He knows my thoughts, He knows my words, He knows my actions. So because of that, I don't think He's blessing me. You know why? Because He knows what I said last week. And although I asked for His forgiveness, I don't think He really forgave me, because that's why He's not blessing me. Or we might look at it, oh, because of my bad way of living, God could only bless me in little bits. He could only bless me if it's something for my health or so, but He won't bless me in other areas. So because of that, we even asking anything, because we don't trust Him to do anything, because we decide what He is thinking and what He's going to do. Guys, there's a major error on our part. Our Father operates independent of us, because He knows exactly what He needs. He knows where we're going to falter. And most of all, let me share this little secret with you. We are not a surprise to our Father. He knows everything we're going to do. So with that being said, He still loves us. So when we messed up, we feel guilty. Even that guilty feelings, we have to go back to God with it. Remember last week I told you guys how it came to my realization that I have to ask God to help me to serve Him. It sounds a little weird, but it's the truth, because we are totally dependent on our Father. We only have push, we only have strength, we only have knowledge, we only have zest, we only have excitement. Whatever we have is because of our connection to God. So we cannot operate independently of God. The fourth reason is one we talked about last week. We are not actually praying to God about the situation. So because we're not praying to God about it, we're talking about God and the situation. As I said, we might include God at the beginning of the sentence, or the middle, or the end, the sentence, or the conversation. Then we suddenly conclude that we prayed to God about it. We did not pray to God about it. So they'll bring up distrust, because we never prayed about it. So we didn't get any answer. Because we didn't get any answer, we don't trust God, because He don't deliver for me. He only deliver for you. Because somebody else said that we're praying about a situation and everything went okay, whether it's getting into a college, whether it's a job, whatever it is they were praying about, and they got through, and I'm praying here and I didn't get through. The difference between me and the person actually prayed about the situation. That person went to God with a petition. They tell God exactly what they would like, and they also said, Father, according to your will. But me at this end, I said, oh, God is in charge. I didn't put God in charge of nothing. I said, oh, this situation is in God's hands. I never put it into God's hands. So here am I now, not doing my part. Okay, look at this example. You put the stamp on the envelope. Remember the time when we used to mail out bills? I was guilty of that. putting the stamp on the envelope with the check inside of it, and never put the mail in the mailbox. So I might even be checking my bank account. Why Georgia Power didn't clear this check? Why Georgia Power didn't clear this check? Then I get a bill with a late charge. Why they didn't? And in the midst of all of that, here I find the envelope with the check inside, with the stamp on it, but it never went out to the mailbox. So I thinking that Georgia Power was wrong to charge me, but I never mailed the check. And there's the same thing. We never actually ask God. Talk to somebody else about the situation and we include God's name. But we actually never pray to God. So if you don't pray, then you get upset that your prayers are not being answered. So you won't trust God. What I will tell you guys, we need to trust God to deliver on His words and His promises. He don't lie. It might not come exactly the way you want it. It might not come exactly the time you want it. And you know what? We should trust God all the time because He has our best in heart. And we know for certain beyond a shadow of a doubt that He would take care of us. So we need to. And if we don't, we would be in trouble. We cannot become holy askers, which we need to become holy askers to be following in His plan. And if we put everything in His hand, there's a succession in it. All of that is needed. And guys, we make an oath that this year we live in it intentionally and we following God's plan. So we need to get our act together. And when there's distrust, go to Him and ask Him to help you to trust Him. And He will be willing. He will be so happy to help you with it. So I hope this week was a week. I know it's a long one and I've been talking a while. But it's very, 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 very important that we get these things clear. If not, our walk will be messed up. And 2022, we're not doing that. We're getting stronger in our walk or we starting it. Either way, our Father will be happy. Regardless of where we are on the journey, He's doing a happy dance. Because He's so happy that we're here to carry out His work on earth. Because that's why He have us here. So guys, have a fantastic week. Please let me know how you feel about this video in the comment section below. And if there's any way you think I could help you, reach out. Let me hear. So, have a blessed week. And I'll talk to you next Monday. Next Monday is the last Monday in the month of January. Holy moly. Time is going very quickly. Take care. Bye.